Today, we are going to be writing the equation of a straight line perpendicular to another line passing through a point. To write the equation of a straight line, we will be using the slope-intercept form, where y is equal to mx plus c. M is our slope or our gradient of the straight line, and m is the coefficient of x. Let us look at c. C is the y-intercept, and c is also a constant. Given a line and a point, to determine the equation of a line perpendicular to another line, there are a few steps that we need to take into consideration. 1, we have to find the perpendicular gradient of the line given. 2, find C. How are we going to find C? We are going to substitute the perpendicular gradient and the point given in the equation y is equal to mx plus c. After we have found C, we are going to write our perpendicular equation. But how are we going to do this? We are going to replace the variables of the perpendicular gradient and the C in the equation y is equal to mx plus c with their known variables. Two lines are said to be perpendicular if the product of their gradient is -1. To find the gradient of a line which is perpendicular to another line, we can simply invert and change the sign of the gradient. Let us look at an example. We are given the line y is equal to 3x plus 1 and y is equal to -1/3 x plus 1. The gradient for the line y equal 3x plus 1 is 3. The gradient for the line y is equal to -1/3 x plus 1 is -1/3. Notice, if we invert 3 and change its sign, we will get -1/3. By definition, two lines are perpendicular if the product of their gradient is -1. Let us take a look. 3 times -1/3 is equal to 1. We can also note that two lines are perpendicular if they meet at right angle. Nice. These two lines meet at right angle. Thus, they are perpendicular. Let us look at an example. Find the equation of the line passing through the point 2, -3 and perpendicular to the line y plus 2x equals 13. What were we given? We were given the line y plus 2x is equal to 13 and the point 2, -3. What are we required to do? We are required to write the equation of the line perpendicular to another line that passes through a point. What do we know? We know that two lines are perpendicular if the product of their gradient is -1. Let us begin. To find the perpendicular gradient of the line y plus 2x is equal to 13, we have to first write the equation in slope-intercept form, which says y is equal to mx plus c. To do this, we need to make y the subject. To make y the subject, we are going to subtract 2x from both sides. Now it is in the form y is equal to negative 2x plus c. We can find our gradient. Our gradient here is negative 2. We know to find the perpendicular gradient, we can invert our gradient and change its sign. Our perpendicular gradient is 1/2. Now that we have our gradient, we can find C. How do we find C? We are going to substitute the point given, 2, -3, and our perpendicular gradient, 1/2, in the equation y is equal to mx plus c. In this case, x is equal to 2 and y is equal to -3. Let us substitute. We now have -3 is equal to 1/2 times 2 plus c. This implies that -3 is equal to 1 plus c. To make c the subject, we are going to subtract 1 from both sides. Therefore, c is equal to -4. Now we have our perpendicular gradient and our c. We can write the perpendicular equation. To write the perpendicular equation, we need to replace the variables of our perpendicular gradient and c in the equation y is equal to mx plus c with their known variables. Therefore, the equation of the line passing through the point 2, -3 and perpendicular to the line y plus 2x is equal to 13 is y is equal to 1/2 x minus 4. Thank you guys for watching. See you in our next video.